Hey, what's going on, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you with another video. So I just woke up 4 or something in the morning. I went to sleep directly after making that Laker video and had time, you know, to kind of just sit on that loss and really consider the heart that was shown in the final quarter. And I just really want to harp back on that. It's something to be said when you're getting really beat down by a team that just won the championship. And you're struggling, you're champs too from the previous year. But some of the players on your team haven't won, weren't with you during that process. And, they just really put in a certain level of energy and offensive efficiency during one of those moments. I don't think I've seen that very often. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm not trying to sit up here and blow smoke and say the Lakers are going to turn things around this season or anything like that. But what I'm saying is the heart is there with the players that helped come back into that game. We do have some things that make you understand that there's a lot of fight in this team. We need to fix our roster. That's basically what I'm here to say. The Lakers need to be active in this trade deadline, not doing the stuff that I'm hearing is rumored, but doing something that's going to make this team have some things that it does not have. We need more rim protection. If we can swing a trade for a guy like Mo Bamba, that's a good little tweak that could help this team. The type of fight I saw was the type of fight that you want to see in the play-in tournament and during the stretch of this season. In that fourth quarter, I was incredibly encouraged by that. But the things that we need to change are very serious. One of them being we must change our style of play. We must provide ourselves some sense of defense. And I know that that's going to be a hard thing to accomplish. But it's necessary. And it may be just enough to get us into a position to push forth enough fight to make ourselves proud of this season, especially given the type of struggles that we have endured this throughout. When you go up against a team like Milwaukee and they flex on you and Giannis flex on you the way that he did, and you still find a way to cut a 30-point lead into 10, there's something to that. Especially given the fact that when that push was made, Bron wasn't even on the floor. Russell wasn't even on the floor. There is something to that. And I'm looking around at all the pictures of Russell Westbrook putting his hands on Bron's head, looking like he's, trying to encourage him. Almost as if he's praying for him or something like that. I don't know. I mean, the best thing I can honestly say is Russell Westbrook is trying his very, very best throughout the worst of this situation to try to contribute somehow. And this is just the most embarrassing and humiliating thing. And I was thinking about that in that halftime video you guys saw. It's just, he's in hell right now as it pertains to basketball. This is basketball hell for a guy like that. He's a OKC Thunder through and through. And I just really appreciate that display, and during the midst of hard times, Bron's head was down, AD's head's down. Like, this is rock bottom, fam. And he's going through the most humiliating time of his career, and he's still managing to encourage others or try to be seen as at least encouraging others. That's character, family. That is character. You understand what I'm saying? All the things that we make fun of, and I know he's going to get killed tomorrow. You got to understand, this is somebody who's getting made fun of every single day. Bullied by people who, are making a name for doing so. And Bron has been through this his whole career. I'm sure Russie has to some degree, but just, it's relentless. This is real. And I like Skip and Shannon. I like all these guys. But I can't shake the fact that they really are bullying the hell out of this man. Maybe some of it's due based on what his expectations are for him, what the expectations are for this team, and how poorly he's played. But I just feel like last night summed it all up. It's like, that's the character of the man, you know what I mean? Never mind he's playing horribly. Never mind he can't get right. Whatever you think of how he's playing, he's still trying to put forth a character that is, good. Put good energy out there in the midst of when he should be the one being consoled. Those are the guys who should be coming up to him saying, bro, we got your back, or what have you, or don't give up, or what have you. And that's what he's giving them. I just feel like there's some character that is to be understood. There's some respect to be given, some balance to be shared in that situation. You know me, I've been on the Russie train, and I'm obviously not going to be able to change my mind based on that. But it is sure a hell of a sight to see. Even though a lot of people are making fun of it, I ain't take it that way. I think it's a hell of a sight to see when somebody who's struggling can still encourage others to feel, feel better. It takes me back to a different conversation in regards to Crip Mac. We know, if you watch my video, what all my response was to that. But the very next video that he posted was him giving back to the community. Going to a field where people playing baseball and handing out $100 bills, handing out pizza. And I know a lot of people say, oh, he only did that because, he's trying to save face. It was a good display. And he's always doing that. Homie's always giving back. That's not a new thing. He does one of those like once a week. And in the midst of his struggles, in the midst of his humiliation or whatever, how you see that, giving back. I viewed Russell Westbrook's character in that same energy the same way. Trying to give others encouragement in the face of his own humiliation. If that ain't something to respect and follow, I don't know what it is. Because most people hang their heads in situations most people hide in situations like that. But those two dudes, they try to give out good energy in the face of their struggles. And I just think that type of resilience needs to be talked about. And I think if you can't find it in yourself to run through a wall for people like that, then you got to check your ego at the door and figure out why that is, man. I would not at all be surprised to see the Los Angeles Lakers go on a 3, 4, 5, or 6 game winning streak someday before this season ends. There's a long road trip, not a road trip, but a long all-star break rather coming up. I hope that Rob Pelinka can assist us. I would like to see the Los Angeles Lakers, do what they need to do to adjust their team in positive ways, if at all possible, and give these guys some help out there. That's the bottom line. Give them guys some help out there. Russell Westbrook is showing us he's willing to sit in the fourth quarter and keep it cool, which means that we don't have to worry about him being a problem in the locker room. You don't have to worry about him complaining about being benched. He understands it's time to just accept that maybe the struggles are a detriment to the squad. And if I'm just trying to find some silver lining, but more so I'm trying not to give up as far as being a fan as well, and like understand that what happened yesterday for me as a fan of the Lakers was true demoralization that I hadn't felt in a long time. And while I was sitting there hanging my head, them dudes was coming back. Them dudes was pushing again in that game and trying to get themselves back into it. And I tell you, man, I took something in terms of character from that game. I just a character that I don't think I've seen in many situations such as that. I don't think I've seen it. I really don't. When a guy is like Giannis is having his way out there or what have you, having a really fantastic game in the midst of a stellar career, and we were fighting. And I think if we had everything we needed, if we had a real roster, we could have pushed that game into overtime or gave him all he could handle. Rob Pelinka, Jeanie Buss, we got to find a way. You know what my solutions are. My solution is to change our style of play. I think a lot of what goes wrong down there throughout this season has not just been the struggles of individual players and the struggles of the roster, but I truly believe that there are things we could have done in terms of rotations and play calling that could have given us a better chance of winning basketball games. And, my solution is to move on from Frank Vogel. I don't have a solution for who you should replace him with. But I do understand that as long as we're doing things the way that he's done them, it does not give us the best chance to win. I preach this every single game, every day, twice a day. And it's not because I just hate Frank Vogel's guts or some stupid stuff like that. It's because it's literally what I see. And I think a lot of people see the same thing. putting the wrong players on the floor in certain cases, and it just doesn't give us the best chance to get the most out of this roster in the games that we play. His philosophy leaves us without size, and without size, you don't get to cover up certain mistakes. You don't get the rebounds and things of that nature. I just feel like these guys, with all the fight that they show, deserve to have rim protection on the floor, deserve to have assistance in what they do. They shouldn't have to hang their heads. Russell Westbrook shouldn't have to encourage throughout struggles. His struggles are what they are, but I promise you, most of these games have not been lost because of him. They really haven't. A lot of the games that we lost that he struggled in, we could have won if we would have tweaked the roster just a little bit, put respected size just a lot more. Hell, all of these games, in my opinion, have been lost because we didn't respect size. I think it's been probably a good 80% of the games that we've lost has been because we just didn't have anybody to rebound the ball in certain situations or block a shot in certain situations, easy buckets, certain situations. And granted, some will say, oh, perimeter defense as well. That was definitely an issue. But I'm telling you, you get us two bigs out there and you let Anthony Davis move back to the 4. You put LeBron James at his natural position at the 3, as big as he is, and I mean that in a good way. He can overpower every 3. He's still fast enough to overpower every 3. Give us a size advantage. Acquire a guy like Mo Bamba, or try to take a flyer on somebody like Steven Adams. Take a flyer on somebody that's a center, and then bring us a coach that respects centers. It will mask so many of our problems, and I assure you, you will see that in every single game film you watch of this team this season. Most of what goes wrong is simply size disadvantages. And I'm telling you, with all the heart that these guys are showing, with all the fight that they have in them, most people are turning the game off. Most people sitting down, mad, pushing each other around. You see games like this where guys go in the locker room and fight because they couldn't beat the best team in a way that made them feel good about themselves. We made ourselves feel good about ourselves, and we were at a disadvantage more so than most. Change the style of play, respect size, and give these guys fight something that'll back that fight up. I mean that, man. It ain't even just about being a Laker fan, man. I'm watching guys go out there trying to pick themselves up as if all of this is their fault. I'm seeing guys hang their head who are NBA champions. They don't suck. What you've put around them sucks. The situations that we forced them to be in on that court without size sucks. This coach sucks. Let's just be real, man. And I want to see that fight rewarded. It's the trade deadline. Maybe we're able to do something. Maybe we're not. But most of this team has been without their big 3 all year long. If it ain't been AD gone, it's been LeBron gone. If it ain't been LeBron gone, Melo gone, or what have you. Our whole mid-level exception has been literally gone, and now they talking about this dude's going to be out till March. I thought he was coming back. I thought we were closer to him coming back than we are. Now it's like another setback. I'm like, you guys botched this. It starts up top, man. It ain't the guys in the uniform. The guys in the uniform would have won a lot of these games if their teammates would have been better. In some cases, more quality teammates, younger, more capable teammates. Easy fixes. And when I say easy, go to the G League and find the prototypes of the players that you need. They're down there, all over the G League, in shape. Some of them shouldn't even be down there. Here's the things that you can do, Lakers. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, we don't have cap space. Oh, you running vets down there that should have been retired, man. Let's just be real. You starting the year with Wayne Ellington as your small forward, and we got off to a bad start. Let's just be honest. If you go back and watch some of that film, I'm telling you, and I'm repeating myself, but if you go back and watch some of the film of this season, and I've been watching this team very, very closely, a lot of the deficiency issues just simply came from the fact that we were putting the wrong players on the floor. You're never supposed to start Wayne Ellington and expect to have any success starting your game defensively with our roster. It's impossible. And we did that for a whole couple weeks. Lost all kinds of games, lost small ball bull crap, and then move forward. You think we would make adjustments to get size? No, we got Dwight Howard not hardly playing, even though he's literally having a decent season, more than decent season for the minutes he's been given. Is there things that you could do something about without even making any changes? I feel like it's gotten to a point where I'm ready to shift from being angry at the guys for not performing and now wanting to fight for the guys, because it seems like they're not having anybody fight for them at all. You got people wanting to bully them. You got people wanting to make fun of them. You got people wanting to kick them off the team, like myself in a lot of cases. But after last night, I just want to use my voice to try to ask that they get the things that they need to succeed and not use any dang excuses like cap space or dragging their feet or what have you to make the changes necessary. Cap space isn't the only way to maneuver through this situation. It's not the thing that's hampering us. It's our decision making as an organization that's hampering us. I look at all the assets we've let go and things of that nature. These are decisions that we've made up top. This ain't got nothing to do with the people running around. Y'all up top, Jeannie, Rob, you guys have to make better decisions for these guys. I look at LeBron James, you are part of that. You need to make better decisions for your guys, man. What you've put together this year is disgraceful as it pertains to not best utilizing the situation, not respecting the lay of the land. You needed depth. You needed youth. It's not too late. Trade deadline's coming up 2 days from now. Make those changes. Buyout market's coming up. Don't go old. Respect for Paul Millsap, but no, he's just more of what we got. He's more the same. Get us a center. If you can acquire what Orlando has, if there's a package you can get from Orlando, that's the move. You pair Mo with AD and you play them full minutes. Full minutes. And I promise you, we're going to go on a winning streak. Because the biggest problem we've had is we have not had enough size, and we haven't had someone down there as a coach to respect that size. This small ball stuff is why we are bad as we are. It's not because Russell Westbrook can't get right. Westbrook not being able to get right is a byproduct of the uncomfort, the lack of comfort that he feels on that floor. And why does he feel so uncomfortable? Because he doesn't have what he needs to succeed. That's what it is. He's down there trying to do more than what he's supposed to do, and it's messing with his head, and you can see it on the court, and he's making mistakes that he may have never made before in his entire career. It's the style of play, and it's the lack of size. So I want to fight for these guys, man. I'm not ready to scrap this thing just yet. I was. But after last night, I just realized that the brain trust didn't give them all they needed and had every excuse for why they didn't. But the bottom line is they could have moved differently within those confines. And that is my point. We'll come found to a roster that ain't that great because of those decisions, but the coach that we have didn't maneuver properly within those confines to put the right players on the floor and to press the right buttons to make sure this team was doing better. We need more offensive plays. Even though our offense looked pretty good last night, we were making shots. I look at the Bucks' offense; it's so far more advanced than what we have down there. Through the plays they were running, the misdirection plays, getting themselves in spots to succeed. All kinds of stuff they was running that worked. We don't run none of that stuff. Their offense was 10 times more advanced than us. And you know why that is? Because Budenholzer is coaching. That's why. I'm going to be completely honest with you. The Bucks don't have that much more talent than us. They really don't. And they're constructed the same way. So what's their excuse? What is our excuse, rather? Nah, it's about what you do with what you have. And we just simply went the wrong way. Get youth in this uniform this season over the next 2 days. And I promise you, You play them properly, get the size down there, you play it properly, and you're going to get the most out of these guys. You're going to see their confidence rise. You're going to see them play better, and you're going to see us win games we're supposed to win. Reward that fight, man. Don't have our guys out here being humiliated no more. I'm not even mad at them. It's up to the brain trust. It's up to the people up top. Heed this message. BDF 44, thank y'all for watching. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm out.